Tonight, you're going to lie in bed and tell yourself one thing. You'll say you're done scrolling, then your thumb will move anyway. Up, down, tap, repeat. You'll do this until the screen burns a rectangle under the back of your eyelids, and then you'll finally set the phone face down and stare at the ceiling for a moment before sleep pulls you under. But the real reason you cannot stop is far stranger than willpower. It's older than your language, older than your country, older than agriculture, cities, money, religion, writing. It's older than your species, roughly 300,000 years old. The motion your thumb is making right now is the exact same motion your ancestors made when they were hunting, not in the way you think, not metaphorically, mechanically. The brain circuits running this loop were not built for glass screens. They were built for open savanna. They were tuned by 10,000 generations of chasing down antelope and tracking hidden tubers across miles of dry grass. And now, in the soft blue light of your bedroom, they are doing what they were always designed to do. They are searching. They are scanning. They are looking for the next thing worth catching. You feel that. You just don't know that's what it is. In 1998, the neuroscientist Jaak Panksepp published a landmark paper identifying what he called the seeking system in the mammalian brain. He wasn't talking about hunger. He wasn't talking about sex. He was talking about a deeper, older circuit, one shared by rats, dogs, dolphins, and humans. A circuit built around the neurotransmitter dopamine, designed to do one thing: drive you forward toward reward that you haven't found yet. Panksepp showed that this system doesn't fire when you get the reward. It fires when you anticipate the reward. It fires in the search. It fires in the chase. It is, in his words, the engine of curiosity itself. It is the reason a dog sniffs ahead of its feet. It is the reason a child opens every drawer in the kitchen when nobody is watching. It is the reason a rat will press a lever again and again, even when no food ever comes, because the act of pressing is the reward itself. It is the reason you are still awake right now. Your phone is a seeking machine. Now think about what your thumb is actually doing on that screen. It's checking, it's scanning, it's looking for something, a notification, a like, a new message, a headline, anything that feels new. And you cannot predict exactly when that thing will appear. That's the trick. That's the whole trick. Because if you could predict it, your brain would adapt and the urge would fade. But because you can't, your brain stays locked on, stays searching, stays chasing. This is the deepest rule of how your reward system works. Predictable rewards become invisible. Unpredictable rewards become irresistible. That difference is the entire reason casinos exist. That difference is the entire reason you're still holding the phone. In the 1950s, the psychologist B.F. Skinner demonstrated this principle with pigeons. He built a box where food pellets dropped at random intervals. The pigeons didn't learn to relax. They did the opposite. They pecked faster. They pecked with desperate energy, as if the next pellet depended on how hard they worked the lever. The unpredictability made the reward more addictive, not less. Skinner called this a variable ratio reinforcement schedule. Slot machines are built on the same principle. So is your notification feed. So is every app on your phone that has ever been designed to make you come back tomorrow. So is every infinite scroll, every red badge, every streak counter that resets if you forget to log in. Your great-great-grandparents wouldn't have understood a phone, but they would have understood the feeling in your chest right now, because they lived inside a world that worked the exact same way. They walked across miles of grassland every day, scanning the ground for food that might or might not be there. A patch of wild carrots hidden beneath a shrub. A burrow of ground squirrels dug into a hillside, a tree heavy with fruit they hadn't seen before. Most of their search ended in nothing. Sometimes the entire day ended in nothing. But sometimes it ended in a feast, and that feast paid for the entire hunt, and then some. Anthropologists call this pattern a give up time. When you forage across a landscape where food is unpredictable, your brain sets a budget. You walk until the cost of searching exceeds the average value of finding something, then you move on. But if the landscape is rich enough, your brain raises the budget. It tells you to keep going, keep scanning, keep checking, because somewhere out there, something is waiting. The anthropologists Kim Hill and Monique Borgerhoff Mulder, who spent decades studying the Hadza people of Tanzania, one of the last remaining hunter-gatherer tribes on Earth, found that the average Hadza adult walks between 8 and 12 kilometers a day, just searching. They call this the forager's tax. It's the cost of staying alive in a world where food hides from you. Your thumb on your phone is paying the same tax. Every red dot, every pull to refresh, every tiny chime, that is a simulated berry bush on the digital savanna. Sometimes there's fruit. Mostly there's not. But your brain can't tell the difference because the signal is the same. And here's the part the engineers understand, and your brain does not. Your phone isn't just tapping into the old reward circuit. It's optimizing it. It is doing something no savanna ever did. It's delivering a supernormal version of the original signal. A berry bush in nature might give you 3 berries an hour. Your feed gives you 30 hits a minute. A grooming session in nature took 20 minutes of patient sitting. A notification arrives in 2 seconds. Your brain was tuned by scarcity. Your phone runs on abundance. The result is not satisfaction. The result is the sensation your ancestors only felt in times of plenty. All day, every day, until your nervous system forgets what calm feels like. But here's where it gets darker. The anthropologist Robin Dunbar at Oxford spent his career studying one question. Why do humans form friendships? His answer was grooming, not the modern kind. Primate grooming. Sitting side by side, picking bugs from fur, sharing quiet time. Dunbar showed that grooming releases endorphins in both the groomer and the groomee. It builds trust. It builds alliance. It builds the social bonds that kept early humans alive on a dangerous savanna where one wrong move meant being left behind. The band that held together survived. The band that fractured didn't. The trouble is grooming takes time. You can only really do it with about 5 people a day. That's why Dunbar's number caps at around 150 stable relationships. That's the human ceiling. The brain simply cannot track more without losing the trust signal that holds a group together. Phone screens were supposed to break that ceiling. They did. Every notification is a tiny simulated grooming session. A message arrives. A name lights up. Your brain releases a small pulse of the same chemical reward your ancestors got from sitting next to a trusted friend around a dying fire. It doesn't matter that the message is from someone you barely know. It doesn't matter that it's a push notification about a sale on sneakers. The brain doesn't read the content, it reads the signal. The signal says, someone somewhere just thought of you. And in the ancient logic of your nervous system, that signal used to mean one thing. You are not alone in the dark. So you check. And here's the part nobody tells you. The reason it feels so bad to put the phone down isn't weakness. It's not a moral failing. It's not even really about the screen. When you stop checking, your brain registers a small loss, a small social withdrawal, a small drop in the only currency it knows how to track. Researchers at the University of Michigan including the psychologist Ethan Zell, have shown that even short phone separation produces measurable anxiety in under 20 minutes. The subjects aren't addicted to the device, they're afraid of missing the social reward. And in a world where the social reward used to mean survival, missing it was once a death sentence. Being unseen was once the same as being unsafe. You are not broken. You are running an old operating system on a new device. The sensation that drives you to check your phone one more time tonight, the itch, the pull, the way your thumb hovers over the glass before you even realize you're doing it. That sensation is the same sensation that kept your ancestors alive long enough to become your ancestors. The ones who scanned the horizon never missed the lion. The ones who checked the ground never missed the tuber. The ones who kept grooming never lost the alliance that protected them from being thrown out of the band. The ones who gave up too early didn't make it into your DNA. You inherited the vigilance of survivors. So tonight, when you lie in bed and tell yourself one thing, and your thumb moves anyway, up, down, tap, repeat. Know that you are not weak, and you are not lazy, and you are not failing some modern test of focus. You are obeying. You are obeying 300,000 years of survival software that was written before screens, before glass, before any of it. Your thumb isn't broken. It's doing exactly what it was trained to do. It's hunting. It's grooming. It's scanning the savanna that no one told you was made of light. It's searching for the next thing worth catching in a world that pretends to be vast but is to your ancient brain only a few inches wide. The light of the screen goes off. You close your eyes. And somewhere, in a part of you older than thought, the search finally rests. Until morning. Until it starts again.